Okay, another project's coming your way via me. Bought a thing bag. So I wanted to upgrade my network. Bought yeah. Oh, EMC Celestica 2024, 24 port, 10 gig, 240 gig uplink switch. Exactly what mine looks like. Super high end, super fast switch. Now you see in the back there, this is the important part. That right there. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. There's 5 loud ass fans that go wee. As a matter of fact, you can hear it for yourself. This is what it sounds like if you listen. I'm sure you heard some of that little whiny wee noise that it makes. So that's what we're replacing today. So yeah, here it is down here in action running. So you can see for yourself. Both the old new camera that I got, new projects with. This is what it looks like down underneath. Mind the wires. A lot of a mess going on, but there it is. See it? There's the old Switch Boy hooked up and running next to my gaming computer. And yeah, that's what we're going to be working on today. So, what I ordered were these brand new premium PWM A4x20. So, these are 40 mil, 40 by 20 mm premium fans. What's in there now currently are 40 by 40 by 28 mm. So, the 40 by 28 would be the difference. So there's an 8 millimeter difference. I'm hoping that's not a big deal on the new ones, because if it is, we're gonna have to shim it with some like washers or whatever to make up a little bit of a difference, because there are some little clips that kind of keep it in place and make sure it doesn't back out of its seating. I don't think it's gonna be a problem, but again, we will see. Together, we are gonna go through this project. Buckle up, buckaroo. Real treat. This will be a real treat tonight. Real fun little project, I guess. I hope. See. Hopefully nothing too crazy. So I'm gonna pull one of those fans. We'll start one at a time here. Let me get down in here and keep me one of those fans, and I'll show you what they look like. So this is what we're working with. There's the original. And just for a little comparison thing here, mind the mess a little bit. Sorry about the mess altogether. It's got a lot of craziness going on. Side iron hot. There we go. I'll help a little bit. Anyway, so this is the original here that we're working with. See, we pull these clips in, and this just slides in the socket, locks in place. So we're going to need to save this connector, because this is ultimately how it gets its power and all its controls. We're going to save that part on this. We're replacing it with this. So got this nice, pretty Noctua here. And this is going to go right here like so. Replace it. Also, cool enough, these come with what's called a, read it here, it's low noise adapter. So we're going to put this in play. So this will actually clip in like so. So we'll have kind of a cool little breakaway if we ever need it for any reason to replace these fans for some other fan or whatever. That's pretty much how it's going to go. Now, I do notice this is a lot of extra wire. Unfortunately, we're going to have to tie this up. Somehow we'll probably roll this up like so, and then just this will be soldered in. But let's one thing at a time, I guess, right? So we don't really need the fan or anything yet. This will be the last part of the project. Matter of fact, yeah, this will be the last part of the project. So anyway, just to show you what's in the box, it comes with these rubber grommets to help cancel noise. It comes with a splitter cable. It comes with a badge. It comes with a cool little sticker. You know, let's put it on there. It comes with this crazy little, what does this say? Omni something. I don't know what the hell that is. I don't know what this is at all, actually. Kind of weird. What is an Omni? Yellow caps of some sort? These do. Oh, cool. Comes with a little wiring deal. You need 4 of those. Oh, I guess if you want to turn the fan or something. Very cool, though. This is called an Omni something cable. But there's some little parts in here, too. I don't know what those do. But we're not going to need them anyway. These are all just all the bonuses that come with a beautiful Noctua fan in the first place. Anyway, we don't need any of this stuff. But it's cool that we have it, you know? Sure, we'll find a use for some of the stuff in another something. But anyway, there's one of them down. We got 5 to go. And this is our fan we're working on. So what we're going to do here, get the old handy dandy toolkit out here. Basic toolkit I got. Wasn't super expensive, but it does the trick. So, you know, it's not the tools, it's the one operating the tools. Kind of makes the tool, right? We're going to go ahead and remove this from its post. Because the first thing we're going to need to do is I need to cut this, and then in this spot here, to hook up, we're going to solder in the other cable connector. That's kind of our first thing. Oh, there's lots of wire. I didn't think there was all that. But yeah, so it looks like there's plenty of spot to put wire. And then, it just goes just like that. You're good to go. So anyway, we're going to go ahead and clip this here. We're going to go ahead and use the wire that's existing here, solder up this connector in place. So we have, you know, our replacement. This one has a special part in it that keeps it only going at a max of 3,700 RPM out of the 5,000 it can do, which will keep the whine noise down. Even with the hardware control, like cranking it all the way up, it won't be able to get any higher than a certain amount. Also, just as a little picture here, a reference that I don't know if you guys have ever seen this before, but there you go. That's the motherboard header that we're looking at. So what we're looking at is a 4-wire pulse width modulation, or PWM controlled fan. So there's 4 pins. Pin 1 is ground, pin 2 is 12 volt, pin 3 is sense, pin 4 is control. And we're actually using the black, yellow, green, blue scenario because AMD uses a little bit of a different thing. They use black, red, yellow, blue, but we're actually doing this color combination. So black, yellow, green, blue. And if we look, our other pulse width cable here uses the same thing. We look back in here. Second. If you look back in here, you can see it's the black, yellow, green, blue right there as well. So, lucky enough, we're using the same color coding. That's going to go with here. So there's not really a whole lot that needs to be done. Actually, funny enough, there's red. So that's a little different. Black, yellow, green. I think green. So red is, so black's going to be your ground. This is going to be your 12 volt. Anyway, yeah. And then we're going to have to do a little bit of a color change here, I believe. Because it looks like they're working with more of an AMD style, right? Because they're using black, red, yellow, blue. So they're using that second color scheme. We're using the first on this piece here. So we're going to need to just switch the yellow is going to go to red. The yellow is going to, or I'm sorry, it's going to go black to black, yellow to red, and then green to yellow, and blue to blue. Yeah, so black to black on here. Yellow will become red on here. Green will actually be yellow, and then blue will be blue. Right? That's what I kind of said. Like that. Black, yep. Yellow will become red. Yellow on the other part will become green, and then blue will be blue. So that'll match up on our cable with the proper outage there. Let me go ahead and run and grab some scissors real quick. Right back. All right, so back to it. So we got our skizzers. And the one we're going to have to clip here is this end. We'll go ahead and just clip it short here. We'll leave a little cable. We're never use that end for anything. Pull this cover out of the way. Off a little bit. Pull this casing off, which we'll probably put back on when we're done. And then, well, or maybe not in yet. But see what they did? They put a resistor in that line. That's actually how they got this thing going only so fast. They put a resistor in. So if I really wanted to know what they did, I'd just take that resistor loose and look, but it's not that big of a deal. It would be kind of cute what color they used. Actually, look. What kind of resistor did Noctua put in there? Low profile cable that's so special. And you know that, so in the future, if you only goes so fast, you could simply looking for the resistor that's in here. And it looks like it is a, see that very well. Looks to me like a I'll let you guys know what coloring code that is in a second here. So so that is a gold, black, red, green. Gold, black, red, green resistor. So let's see. If we look up what that actually equates out to and actually find out what kind of resistor they used. Resistor color code. Resistor color code. Here we go. That's what we're looking for. So then we're going to go ahead and select band 1, which was gold. So they used or yellow, I guess, this one. Band 2 was black. Band 3 is red. then band 4 is green. So it's a 4K 5% resistor is what they used on that. Yeah, kind of cool to know that. So yeah, that's what they used, and so there you go. So if you ever need a fan to run only at 37 RPMs and it's a 5,000 RPM fan, you can use a 4K resistor to drop the ohms down. Kind of a cool thing to know if you didn't know. So there's a trade secret, or you're gonna call it, I guess. Anyway, back to what we were doing. So what we're gonna do is strip these wires up here, and then we're gonna solder with the soldering iron those wires to this header. And we're gonna remove this fan, obviously, as well. So let's go ahead and do that now. Get this header out of the way here. Let's plate off the current fan, which will go on the new one. Moment. Definitely an in-depth project for what it is. But, you know, I just can't handle the whine that this fan is putting off anymore. So if this is what I have to do to kind of repair it, then, you know, this is kind of what you got to do. Now, I would gladly do this to not hear a loud noise in my room every day. If this was in like a server environment, I probably wouldn't care about this. It's in my bedroom, you know, and I sleep in here, so I do care. My bedroom actually happens to be my home lab, which for a lot of us happens to be how it goes, and so, you know, it is an ongoing kind of thing that happens. All right, so next step is going to be to go ahead and clip this cable, because we're not going to do resolder these joints, only just because they're so small and fragile. I just don't see myself wanting to do that extra work right now. So we'll just clip this here right in the middle, so that fan's not going to be completely useless. We can actually, you know, wire this back up and reuse it if need be, which, you know, we might do at the end of all this. Who knows if not, but we may. So our first wire is going to be the black one. We're going black to black here. Okay. Two control wires that way. Black. Actually, I've got a handy dandy way to clear these wires pretty easily. You can either use the soldering iron, or you can get a handy dandy lighter. And it's real simple, just to kind of heat this wire up at the end a little bit, and then just simply pull, and you get enough wire that way to then resolder. And then I've got some shrink wrap handy. We may re-shrink wrap these. I'm not sure about the shrink wrap yet. Might just electrical tape them, because it may not be that severe for all that, you know. Not sure yet. But you want to make sure you hold on to the wire, so that you, when you're pulling, you're not pulling the actual physical wire, you know, off the housing. I'm going to do the same thing on this side. So strip back these four. All right, they're all stripped. Now, we'll start with the black wire, because this will be our first wire to deal with. So go ahead and twist that. Make sure that's nice and twisted up. And then we'll do the same thing here. What we want to do after we twist these up nice, we'll go ahead and take this wire, Two. You know what? If we're gonna do the housing, you'd have to put the housing back on now. because once you solder, you're not getting that back on there. So, yeah, we'll put the housing back on. We'll just trim it a little bit back so it's not going to be like such in the way. Clip like a little bit of the housing off there. Put this right back on so that these can be nice and pressed in the wire line. Let me get everywhere. Press together. For a second. Slide this down. All right, there we go. Wiring back over. And it covered that resistor back up nicely. Put that back in its shim nicely. Down. Nice and tight there. And then we're going to go ahead and attach our wire. Oh, beautiful. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. You know, actually, I think it's going to make this thing too stiff. Let's actually just leave all this wiring off. It's going to make this thing way too stiff to add all this on there. Too stiff for all things. We can kind of leave that one down. It's going to make this thing way, way too stiff, actually, to work with. Especially when I have to curl those wires up in this little clip down here and hide them. That's going to make it real tough to do that. Go ahead and take these two and just simply grab them, attach them like so. Straighten this out. Let's do it. Maybe just attach them. Attach them like so together. Not easier, as in easier to do, but maybe easier for longevity's sake. Just take them like so and attach them this way. All right, so let's get our soldering iron hot here. It's nice and hot. We'll get the little epoxy out here. Stuff, which actually, funny enough, is a cleaning agent, but also can help here in the solder. So what I like to do is just take a little dab of that, and then I put a little bit on the wire, on each wire. I'm using a little piece of solder to do this. It's just easy enough to do so. A little bit of goop on there. What we're gonna do is we're gonna tint each wire and then attach them together. So start with this one. What you're gonna do is keep the wire hot. Solder on there like so. Tint it up nicely. Let's see. Yeah. Well, you guys can see that okay. Let's see, we can actually do a little slight zoom there. And then what we're going to do is we're going to attach these two together. So there should be enough solder between the two of them to kind of just ease this whole connection. Yeah, that should be about it. You just kind of keep it there and then check the joint. Looks pretty solid to me. I'll go ahead and touch it up with a teeny bit more solder just to keep the joint together. Yeah, I folded that across pretty good there. There you go. That's a nice, perfect joint. Funny enough, we might need to take that back apart, put a little shrink wrap in there. Yeah, it's cool. shrink wrap pieces. I don't know if I got them that small though. And then I require a heat gun then too. But you know what? This could be worth it. I want to do it the right way. I do have some tubes that are that small. Shrink wrap. What colors we got here? So red, black, yellow, black, smaller black actually. Yellow. Okay. And what we'll do is we can actually take that back apart real quick. Throw a shrink tube back on there. Should not take it back apart real quick. Oh, a piece of tubing over this wire. Oh, it is. Look at that. Oh, perfect. All right. Well, cool. We got a little piece of tubing. And we'll clip this for 2 uses. So we'll go ahead and slip this back on this side. Over the existing wire. There we go. And we'll attach this, and then we can actually insulate it together with a heat gun, so that we, because then that way you're not going to get any cross connections going on there. All right, that's nice and hot there. It's a good joint there that I just did. You can take a look. Right there on the solder connection. Nice and clean. Yeah. And then what we'll do is we'll just slide this, oh wow, the shrink wrap's already kind of attached. I didn't need for it to. It's funny. Shoot a slightly bigger wire. Shrink wrap. This one does not want to go all the way. I got most of it covered there. I'm just going to hit it with a lighter a little bit here just to seal it on. And we'll finish the last little piece of duct tape. Because I've been able to get that last little piece around there. All the way over. So I got that joint a little tight. There's like a little blob of solder on there that just didn't want to complete. But that's okay. No big deal. We'll just grab a little piece of electrical tape here. On the side. Not a big deal. Wire there. That's all we need there. Oh well. Stick to the tip of that. It's funny. Loose there. Don't want too much electrical tape on that to bend easily. All right, there's our first completed connection. So now the next one, like I said on this, unfortunately, it changes over. So it goes from one color to another. So on the one side, the next to 12 volts yellow, and on the other side, the 12 volts red. So as you can see, 12 volt yellow, 12 volt red here, red 12 volt here. We'll use the red color just because that's what it is. It's red. Shrink tape here. And we'll slide this back over the wire ahead of time just to get it on there so it's there and ready to go. There we go. Okay. yellow one here. The one that has the little resistor on it. Checked out earlier. And we're going to do it the same way we did the last one. We're going to grab our solder, dip it in our flux a little bit here. Flux this wire up a little bit here. And do the same on this side. They got something called helping hands that I should have bought. Buy them yet. I need to buy a pair. I used to have them in my small electronics business I had in Ohio, here to Arizona, but I don't have them here because when you move, you can't always bring everything in, especially when you get on a plane. So that is what it is there. So the next one's going to be yellow to red, and we're going to go ahead and tint up these wires first. Some solder up on here. Tint it nicely. That tinted up nicely on that side, and then of course you're going to want to make that connection. Trying to keep these wires all the same length so that they're not hard to deal with, Somehow change the length though. They become hard to handle each other. We'll do is try to pinch these together. Kind of fighting me a little bit. Come on, dude, get those two out of the way. You gotta kind of man it together a little bit. Get it there. I was twisting them at first because it seemed like to put them together. But if you twist them and you don't get them just perfect, then you won't be able to shrink wrap because the twisting is going to keep you from shrink wrapping. That's kind of why I didn't want to twist them. I wanted to shrink wrap them. So we got that kind of on there. As you can see, I made a good joint, but the extra wiring there, it's okay. Push that down. Joint, and this will go over the top of that. Cover it like so. And as you see, it covered it, right? Then we're going to go ahead and shrink wrap that shut so that doesn't move. Just kind of hit that with a little bit of heat. And that's it. And so we got joint number 2 done. Nice and shrink wrapped up, looking professional. So they touch each other now. They can't zap anything, burn anything up inside the system. That's the idea. That's why you shrink wrap things like this that are going to be real close together. Because that electrical tape lets go, you're in trouble. And nobody wants to be in trouble. So our last 2 colors here we're going to work with on this one are going to be so we already got the black, which is the ground. We got the 12 volt converted. So we got black ground, 12 volt red to yellow. You're the yellow conversion there. Now we've got our 3rd pin, which is going to be our sense pin on our connector is going to be green. On the other connector, it will be yellow. So the sense pin's yellow on this side. Sorry. Yeah, so the sense pin will be yellow on this side, green on this side, and the last pin will be blue to blue. And so that's what we're doing today. We're just kind of doing this to get them. I did this 5 times, obviously, because I got 5 bands to deal with. So that's kind of the tedious part of all this. Just doing it 5 freaking times, right? Not really all that much fun, but very neat when it's done. And we can use this. We use this yellow wire here. The next one. Just like I said, clipping these in half so we can use the other half on the next one. Half on this, half on the next. Yeah, let's keep it moving, right? Any questions on this stuff? Or I'm glad to answer. Any question you'd have about this whole we're doing here, how this is done. But I think it's pretty self-explanatory. What's going on? I'm message Parker. See ring real quick, see what he's doing. Stinker. Yeah, looks like he's busy. Well, I did try. Yes, I didn't try there. Move on to the next wire here. Straighten out. Good. Just there. Close to completion, which is always a nice feeling. Just always cool. Always such a pain in the ass to get these wires to stay. There you have them. Jump around on them just to get all super far away. Something. All right. I had to push it into something to keep it steady, back it into something to keep the wire coming because they were trying to move away from me. I'm like, you suckers. Joint looks good. Go ahead and pull that housing casing over the top. Close that up. Heat. You know? Yeah, that shrink wrap worked great. Worked wonders on that. Freaking tape sucks on this one, but what are you gonna do? I made the wiring was a little too small, I think, on that one. I was unable to get it to really sit down on these other ones, but you know, do the best you can with what you have. So our last wire is going to be control blue to control blue. So that's our last pin out. then we're going to have a nifty completed connector that we can have a detachment on. So if we just need to unhook it for any reason, or change something out, it'll be nice and easy to get to. It won't be real difficult to work with. Right, so let's get some water. Okay. There we go. And on to the last piece of shrink wrap on that wire. Okay. It's going to be easy to make contact. It's already pretty much doing it for me right now. Okay, there we go. That's our control wire there. And as you can see, it's nice and shiny. Nice connection. Slide this plastic wiring at the top. Because it's going to keep it protected. Oh, it broke through a little bit. That's cute. Well, no, a little electrical tape didn't hurt. Fix. There you go. This one needs a little bit of tape too. Looks like his broke through a little bit there. All right. There's our nice completed. There's 1 of 5. Converted that non-factory plug that's on that EMC Celestica to a Noctua standard pinout for a fan, or just even a standard pinout. So, I mean, now you can plug in any really PWM fan into this if you wanted to. I mean, I wouldn't suggest it. I'd suggest using what comes with the equipment. But I mean, if you were in a pinch and had to, I mean, you probably could get away with it anyway. And then the real question is, pull this off of that housing. They should have kept which way this went. It looks like if I pull it off this way, wiring was like down in the middle. So swap this. Same move here. Mount it this way. The shim and Looks like the wiring was already inside the thing, not pinched on the outside there like that. So we're gonna go ahead and do the same here. Take this guy and back these wires out this camera that's in. It'd be easy. Play nice. Matter of fact, I might actually just we did is we took that little plastic back loose so we could get the wiring back through this way. It was sitting in there like that, and I pulled a little piece of plastic out to get it like that. And then we're gonna feed this cable through this way, like so, and then strap this on here. So that's gonna be how the first part goes, at least. Screws fan does not like those screws at all. That's not good. Okay, well, those aren't gonna work. Well, shit, what are we doing for these back parts? Let's just use that box of parts I came. All right, so these are the screws that came with the fan. I don't know how different these are supposed to be, but they look a little bigger. Right? So much bigger. Oh, well, that's not good. So those seem like they're too big now. Dang. Okay. Well, what we're gonna do here? Can't use these screws for some reason. Need these to go through. I wonder if we can use those rubber pieces that come with it instead. Four of those. Let's I suppose we could probably use those to attach them. I'm gonna guess that these probably go. I will tell you. Put it this way. Oh, really no. Yeah, my screws are the right size for the fan. The size for the opening. There's no Noctua screw shit. Oh, those are big ass screws, man. Why won't my little screws that up? Sign? Well, I don't like those factory screws at all, unfortunately. And looks like these are too big. Too big. I think enough tight to get in there. Looks like. It's so tight. Try to thread one of those. Yeah. Grab the screw. Oh boy, oh boy, oh boy, oh boy. I tell you what. Always some kind of weird project. His gig. I don't like screws. Let's see if I got another set of screws here. One second. I think I gotta go home this summer. Be right back. Okay, what I did is I went out and took a drill, and I hit it with a drill. So that should have taken all the extra out of it. That made it not want to fit properly to this. It also did a little bend maneuver to it. But it don't look like it was enough to do any real damage. What I can see. Still looks good to me. So yeah, that's what we did. We hit it with a drill. Bored these little metal holes out just a hair because they were just a hair too small. Would take a screw and tighten up like so to hold this metal plate on that we need to have work. So now we got this thing tightened up here. Where's the needle and screwdriver? Let's use it here. All right. Should be in good shape then. Go ahead and move forward with doing the rest of these. Soldering iron. I'll stab your eye out with a soldering iron. That's what it says in the one movie. That actually worked a lot better than I thought. All right, that's our first replaced fan. A little bit of too much wire, really, but you know, at the end of the day, it's gonna do the trick. So, next thing we want to do is go ahead and face it down. The other thing is, you know, this plugs in like so. Stick out, get screwed back in, back in place. So all the leftover wire needs to be contained. Sorry. Which is kind of a tall order, means that that's a lot of extra wire to be having. So what we could do is, I guess, face it forward and then kind of wrap it around this way, like so. You know, sticking here. Oh, could do something like that with it. Still plug in. Do it has to sit flush. This is the bottom part of it. Flush with everything. So you can't have anything past that bottom plate. That's the part that has to be straight on. Super short. It's like that. We're a little short on the back side too. Not quite sure how that's gonna line up yet. As far as these pinch clips go, a little off. There. Short. See what happens. mean, say it. It's all this wire on the Noctua side. Might have been better not to even solder all this on here. Plugging in. That's a problem. It's time to connector in here, I guess. Really don't make sense. This one we might have to cut the connector right now. I think I'm gonna do. It's too much wire here. Great that it's all there. See, just a function. So, trials here. What I'm learning already is way too much wire. It's not gonna work like this. I'll tell you that right now. Way too much wire here. Way. Although good news here, we could just solder those wires onto these fans and these fully functional because they are coming off. So just save all that for another time. I don't really need them. I may actually never just allow it to actually do that either because it won't. I just soldered all that up. See this thing off too. Next one, we're gonna just it's not gonna work. Casing's not gonna work. Solder that resistor. Realized it's so freaking short. Here at the Noctua to snap that back over here. Here. There. I'm gonna stink it twice, but what you gotta do? It's gonna be a little bit different. A lot of sensor pieces. I don't have any of those handy, so that's what we're gonna do with these. All right, let's do this again. This is going to be a fun night. Long project. So that's extra soldering. Okay. What a fun. This is. Should have known this was going to be a project and a half. Never, ever just gets easy. Looks like that went together really well. Yeah, it did. That actually is pretty real good solder joint. So straight the wire shrink wrap. All right, so one completed. We'll have to fold all the leftover wire back up. Another fan is a model example. All right, so that's how it needs to look when it's done again. Just like that. Which I hopefully don't think I have a problem getting it back to that. So again, we did black to black. We're doing there. Next wiring deal. I'm done. Didn't know I was gonna need so many wires to do all this, honestly. I have displaced two sets of wires. I displaced in the low low power fuse or resistor 4K resistor to step down the voltage a little bit to not have it go wild with voltage problems. Perfect. All right, there's wire number two. Shrink wrap over the top of that. Seal her up. Okay. No, nowhere. Shrink wrapped up. There's wire number two. Our third wire. The groon. The groon wire together. Plug this in and test it. Get to changing out all the fans. Let's make sure this thing actually works. Worth doing all of these if it's just gonna like break them. I don't think it's gonna break them, but you never know, right? Should probably always test with one. I mean, if I lose one, it's nothing old on this so far, and I can always repair it. Wires, small wire, but I do have other wiring. Okay, looking good now. It's attached over here. Piece of shrink wrap on there. Piece of yellow. I had the yellow. And then we'll go black on this one. Shrink wrap on it. It's keeping the wire safe, melting. It cannot into a piece. Down pretty good. A little long side. You know what? I need sun wire. I have it. Another attached wire. Another happy customer. Sure thing. And that's attached. Ain't going nowhere. Last one to do here. I think I already tinted the blue one. Sure, well, I tinted the first motor. The old sense wire. That's the one that should say, hey, it's got this much rotational speed. So you're just putting a power limiter in stepping feature. Just keeping it stepping all the way up to its full. Five of those. Quite that fast. It's a little bit loud and annoying. These ones can move just as much air as a stock fan without all the noise. That's the idea. That's the claim to fame for Noctua. They designed a better blade, better fan. Spent so much money on these fans. Really wouldn't care. Shit. But, flexi. Have that in there. Attach. Got. All right. There you have it. I had to make a slight tweak adjustment when I did this. I had to butcher 2 cables instead of 1, which kind of sucked because I was hoping I was going to be able to use the connector just to plug in the other piece. But unfortunately, by doing that, there was way too much wire. What up, Via? Wire. Maybe you'll. What are you doing?
Yep.
What you doing, dude?
Nothing actually. But do you still have what's it called?
Lamp?
No.
Software of some sort?
Microsoft Plane Simulator 40th Anniversary Edition.
Are you talking about 2024, the new one that just came out?
No, 2020.
Why not 2024?
Because I fucked up and I didn't realize that I downloaded the wrong version after downloading over 200 gigs.
Oh my god, are you serious? You did that?
Yes.
The new version is not even as big as the old one. You know that, right?
I know. I didn't know.
It's like
No.
80 gigs.
Yeah.
And it's amazing, by the way, because you can get out of the airplanes and you can walk around in VR. And you can grab all the controls with your hands and fly it with your hands. So it's pretty sweet.
Uh-huh.
Hey, look at my stream real quick.
Uh-huh.
Look what I'm doing for fun. I wanted you to see my new camera I got, too. I got a 4K work camera that I use now to do projects with. See it?
Not yet.
Okay. I bought a bunch of Noctua fans, and then I'm in the middle of retrofitting them to my server because the fans that are in there are fucking loud and annoying, and they make this whining noise like ee, and I can't stand it because it's in my room with me. So I bought Noctua replacements to put in there.
I see.
Nice camera, right? It's 4K. Fucking, it's got zoom on it. That's right.
Yeah, I see it.
It's the hotness, bro. So I've been just doing that today. I just got the fans in the mail. I got 5 of them. They were $14 a piece, so you know I spent like a good $80-something on just fans. And mind you, the entire switch was only like a couple $100. So I spent a quite fun. Look how pretty those come. They come with a ton of accessories in there. You know, really nice. But I have to butcher them. I have to butcher them all up because I can't use. So I want. They have this thing in them called a. Well, it says it right here. Actually, it's a low noise adapter. And what's inside of this, which I took it apart and found out what it is, they stick a 40K resistor on the right there. You see the red line? That's the 12-volt power. They stick it in the power line.
I have a delay probably about 30 seconds.
Okay, well, you'll see it in a second. Anyway, there's a little resistor in there that steps the fan down to only 3,700 RPM max out, so it can't go any faster than that. And so because of that, and plus the fan's just a better design, so it's quiet. It's quiet already, but this will keep it extra quiet. And right now, if you listen, I can let you hear real quick what it sounds like. It sounds crazy in here. I'm just going to turn off the filter on Discord so you can hear. Because if I like to do it on Twitch and all, that's more extra work. So real quick, watch. I'll turn off crisp. Listen. Do you hear that whine?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what I'm listening to all the time.
Do you have it hooked up to a USB port?
What, this camera?
No, I'm talking about the fan.
No. What do you mean?
USB, what's it called? I can't remember what it's called. I don't know, some whack wire job. It looks like you're putting it into like a... I can't remember the name of it. The USB thing.
That end plug is the factory. So look, here's one of the original ones that come out of the machine. See that end plug? That it's because they're hot swappable. So this just slots in. You know what I mean? So I need to save this piece. Well, you'll see in a minute on your stream, but I got to save this little piece here because that's what plugs into the server. And I'll show you a picture of the server, the board thing I got in the mail. It's huge, by the way. Huge. This is it right here. I just pulled up a picture. Let me know when you see it. I bought a DELL EMC Isilon Celestica 42. It's got two 40 gig uplinks and all 10 gig gigabyte.
Oh, I see now.
Yeah.
That is not a USB port out. I think that's
no. So that actually, if you look at that picture on the screen, in the back, so this is where they're going. You see these little pull-out tabs. You'll see it in a second when it pops up on stream. Mm-hmm. But that's where they're seating. They seat in there, and they have like that little board that connects them up. So that's how the fans connect up. So what I'm doing is I'm retrofitting the existing connector to the new Noctua fans because I need the Noctua fans in there.
I see.
So that's my whole jam. That's what I'm into right now. I got one fan done out of 5. 4 more to go. Be at this for a little bit. I don't really want to stop. I don't want to go to sleep with this thing going in my fucking ear anymore. Kind of want to get this done. So I'm gonna finish. Yeah, it's super fucking annoying. Like, it's the most annoying noise. It basically, you know how like in Dumb and Dumber, they're like, "You want to hear the most annoying sound in the world?" And he's like, "Eh." That's what it sounds like to me all the time.
Hilarious.
And I just want to slap somebody. So, nobody wants to deal with that. And I sure the fuck don't. So what I'm doing is wiring up existing shit into a new hotness. Get this to work, I have to pull some of these wires over a couple back here.
I've gotten freaking flight simulator. I can't speak. Flight simulator.
Yeah, 20
to work in VR.
Yeah.
But it's weird. Like Steam VR decides to crash every time I try and load it.
I wouldn't use Steam VR. I would get virtual desktop or something else and use OpenXR, or use even the Airlink OpenXR would be better.
In Steam?
Than Steam, because OpenXR doesn't use the OpenVR protocol, and so you're going to get a lot higher performance out of it. It's not going to be as shitty.
Huh.
Like, you're going to get more frames and a more solid picture. You get what I'm saying?
Yeah, because it usually just buffers and then the video cuts out and then it disconnects me from Steam VR.
That's why you want to use OpenXR, because that'll fix all that.
Eesh.
Yeah. You have to use OpenXR to do this. Otherwise, it's going to be trash. The next, like all the new VR games coming up, only allow OpenXR. They don't even have Open VR anymore. Like, they're just discontinuing that altogether. And actually, Steam now supports OpenXR natively. So,
I just switch it on Steam then.
All aware of it. as well of the problem. It's just it's not that their protocol's bad. It's just that it's old. You know, it's been around since the beginning of VR, and it's not keeping up anymore for a lot of people's use cases. So a lot of folks that are switching. Okay. Don't get in the fan blades. Whatever you don't get in the fan blades, just kind of stay off to the side. There we go. Perfect. This one will work. Oh, it works.
Slaughter job myself today.
What happened?
So I have an electric piano, and one of the ports decided to shit out, and I had to resolder a new one. So
yeah, you fixed it.
Yeah.
Nice. You could have used an Arduino and converted it into a fucking MIDI keyboard.
It is a MIDI keyboard.
Oh, it is. Okay. All right. I didn't know.
It's a roll. Here, let me get the model number.
Roland. Oh, those are nice, bro. I would fix it.
It's a Roland KR103.
I'd fix it.
So it's a pretty expensive. I don't know. Like, just look it up.
It's not cheap.
It's not that expensive.
But it's not cheap either.
I guess so.
I mean, if you enjoy it, I want to get into music video. I want to get into music production. I mean, I used to do beats and rap music and stuff. I'm gonna start doing it again, and then we can connect up, and I can make you rap with me.
I am not rapping.
You are going to rap, bro. Come on, you're gonna be Thug Thizzle with it. Don't tell me you're pussy. Don't tell me you're pussy, bro. I smell. What's that? Oh, then the other problem I found is the screws that come out of this existing fan don't fit the new one. They're like just a hair too small. So I had to find my own screws too to screw into the new fan. So yeah, it's been a real project, man. And I had to go use the drill outside and drill out the thing and do a lot of extra dumb shit that I didn't want to have to do. And here's the other thing: I don't know if it's going to work yet or not, but these the existing fan has these little plastic pull-in tabs that like lock it into the mechanism. So if you look, it's larger, right? So the existing fan and the old one is a 40-40 by 28 in depth. The new one is a 40-40 by 20 in depth. So I'm losing a couple or 8 millimeters in depth. So that clip's going to move up 8 millimeters, and I don't know if that's going to fuck me on it seating properly. So that if it's going to click in or not. So I'm just going to try one first. If it doesn't click in, then I have to build a shim and shim the fan with 8 millimeter shim, which I could do with washers, really. That's not the end of the world, but it would be nice if I don't have to. I mean, it would make me happy if I don't have to. Because so far, this has been like a shit show. I was hoping it was going to be real easy, and it's not. Oh, and I took apart the wrong fan. To top it off just now, I took.
It's Flight Simulator 2024 on Game Pass.
Yes, it is. It's free with Game Pass. Good
shit. I still have it for free because of all the computers in my game diff.
You fucking little whore. That's cool though. I mean, like, dude, you're saving some money. Like,
I'm saving a whole 2 years on Game Pass.
Same thing. Did you already get all the numbers off all the computers or whatever?
No. It's more or less. It comes on the keyboard. You have to activate it on the computer with your account. So.
Oh, okay. Well, but you're gonna be there, so it's not like.
Yeah, for another year. So, anyways.
Oh, and you know what? Look at they shim this fucker anyway. They've got little washers in there already. I can see them. When I took off the cover, it had washers in it already.
There's no OpenXR API layers. What?
What do you mean? Or what?
Okay. For my SteamVR OpenXR runtime.
Oh, you mean for Steam?
Okay. Yeah, when I click on current OpenXR runtime, if I like.
Yeah.
Okay, so you said that Steam is working on an OpenXR for themselves, right? So it's easier.
Yeah, they have the ability to set OpenXR now. What you're going to want to do is just go into the AirLink software and tell it to set that as the OpenXR. And then it'll set it in Steam as well, I think. that makes any sense.
New drivers update.
There's a setting in there that allows it to be set up that way.
OpenRX. I can set it to MetaQuest Link as the OpenXR.
Yeah, that's what you want to do, or try that at least, and that might. Then you can launch it through MetaQuest Link, and you can just not use Steam at all. I mean, that'll be just about the same, as far as.
Oof.
Of course, this is going to be too fucking small. Well,
it took me even longer to download freaking Flight Simulator. It kept closing when I opened a game on Steam VR, and I didn't notice until like a couple hours later. And like, really, I'm not even playing an online game, and I was like, ugh.
Wait, what happened? You didn't notice for a while that you weren't.
I didn't know
that it wasn't doing anything. It was just sitting there at the installer screen.
Yeah.
That sucks. That really sucks, bro.
I thought it was installing all day long, and then I got back.
Then you wasted like 2 days to download and install it, to then only want to upgrade because the new version's way, way better.
Dude, I just literally this morning it finished installing.
The new version's way better, bro. I would tell you the truth if it wasn't that much better, but like in the new version, they teach you how to fly. Then you can become like an airline pilot, a heavy cargo chopper lifter. You can be like a crop duster. You can there's just like all kinds. You can be a personal jet pilot. You can be like a stunt man. You can do all kinds of jobs in the new one. Like they give you like a career path. It's really cool. And the new one already has mods. So like I downloaded a map of like this like archipelago, and it's all super detailed. And I downloaded the airplane already. It was like 1.6 gigs just for one airplane. And it's fucking amazing on the inside. It's so sick. So like Microsoft has their store where you can buy like aircraft from them. But it's like, why would I buy them from you when I can just throw my own in through the mod? Like, it just doesn't make sense. I mean, not to say that their aircraft isn't sweet, because it is. And like they're like historically accurate and everything. But I mean, like, why would I do that? And plus I can add a TIE fighter and shit. So I'm like, meow, fucking going around San Francisco in a TIE fighter. Kind of cool.
Mm-hmm. You were right. Except it does. When I look up Flight Simulator, it doesn't immediately pop up saying included with Game Pass right here. I have to change the edition once clicking it.
Oh, well.
Reviews and rating 2.1 stars. That's crazy.
Yeah, people are shitty, man. You know how it goes. And like, plus a lot of those people are probably like Xbox only people who don't have VR. So like, why do I want to play a flight game on my fucking Xbox? Ugh. And it's like, cause it's fun. No, it's not. Mm-hmm. Yes, it is. No. Shut up. Oh, these are all stupid.
Yeah, how much is it?
Nuts and bolts.
It's only 50 gigs. Holy.
Exactly. That's why I was saying. You wasted all that time downloading the other one. That's like 200 gigs, and for what? It's not even as good as this one. This one actually uses photorealistic maps and everything. So, and like when you like you know how like when you play Flight Simulator, most of the ground is like flat. In this one, it's not flat. Like there's little houses and shit. They're not super detailed, but they're there. But like you could actually like, import your neighborhood and like have it be super detailed, you know? So like, and you can fly over your house. It's kind of cool.
So I can crash a.
Yeah, but the thing is, when you crash in Flight Simulator, it's not like it doesn't crumple or anything. It's not like BeamNG. It just like it says you crashed. It's not like cool like that.
Yeah, I could crash a heavy carrier in my house because I've always wanted to do that, huh?
There you go. Or take a little drone and fly it down to the fucking burger shop like you've always wanted to do.
I've done that in real life.
You lazy fuck.
It's not like I can carry it or anything. I just fly down there to check it out, you know?
Is my food done? You just bring them a sign?
I just have like a little speaking out. Bitch, get my sandwich ready.
My sandwich isn't ready. What the fuck?
I haven't had fast food in a long time.
I haven't either. I don't fuck with it. I gotta go outside real quick. I'll be right back. I gotta go drill something out a little bit because it's too small. Again. So, be right back.
Hmm.
So at least the cool thing about the way I'm doing this is it's not super difficult. I mean, the soldering's not a bunch of fun because it's a lot of work, but at the end of the day, it's still like, it's coming together well. It's not like a super pain in the ass.
Yes.
It's tedious, yes, but it's not hard. And also it's I'm gonna find out if it works here in a minute because this will be the
Especially
first
when you
one I
don't,
assemble.
especially if the solder doesn't fall where you want it to.
That's the thing. I was using these little fucking shrink wraps. So I put shrink wrap on the wire, and then I did the wire like the two facing each other. But I don't have any helping hands. So like basically, helping hands is like a little tool you buy where have you ever seen those? They're like basically a bunch of alligator clips that are on a thing, and they're called helping hands, and you use them to do soldering wires together. And basically, you put each hand with a wire in it, and then put them together, and they stay there. Well, I didn't have anything like that, so I had to do it myself. Kind of a pain in the ass, But
yeah.
At the end of the day, it worked out. It did go together. Let's see, these ones actually thread. They do. Look at that. Hey, hey, hey. They fucking thread. Oh yeah, cool. Now, are they long enough? That's the question. Because I have to get 8 millimeters out so that this matches this in size, so that they're the same. Because basically, the fronts are going to line up perfectly, and the connectors will line up in the same thing. But my problem is the back is short, so this clip is not going to click in. It's going to be too short. So what I was thinking about doing is adding in some washers to shim it out now, so it's long enough to match up. So I don't have to go fucking around later. I can just know that it's going to fit because it's the right size.
Ooh. Second render window. Window render.
I watched a video. This guy was
window render.
He was basically like telling people like how the new Stalker 2, which is a great game by the way. I haven't played it yet, but I've seen videos on it. I'm going to play it soon.
That's cool.
But Stalker 2 is like a really good game, but he's bitching about the Unreal Engine being trash. Unreal Engine 5 being trash because he couldn't get his like 4060 to run really good. And he's like, oh, it's stupid. And I'm like, oh, buy a better graphics card. He's like, yeah, if you want to spend $1,000. I'm like, well, I guess you're going to have to spend $1,000 then, brah. What do you want me to say? Like, like, get your money up, son. Instead of making a whiner video about how you broke, why don't you get your money up? That sounds more like what you
Yeah.
should do. Get on that Bitcoin or get on that Chia coin like I am. Oh, my Chia coin doubled overnight. The
How much
value
money you got from the Chia? Well, what's the value of those coins?
they went from like 15 to 30. So not like $1 million or special like that yet, but it's getting there. Could get there soon. Hearing good things.
9 years.
No, like in another year, maybe at the most. Besides, my dad died. He left me an inheritance, so I'll be rich here soon anyway.
Ah.
This is where you're gonna say lucky.
Lucky.
Because my dad died, so it's not really lucky. It's kind of... I mean, at the end of the day, if I get hooked.
What is the point of adding a second render window?
What are you talking about?
So in experimental settings on Flight Simulator,
Right?
you can add a second render window, but there's no point because it matches everything. Like, I would like to have a second render window that can show the outside of my plane while I'm flying in my cockpit.
You probably
But no.
can. No?
I'm trying all the settings right now, and it changes it for both of them.
I mean, this is the old flight sim, though, bro. It's not the new one. So wait till you get to the new one, then you can start whining about stuff there. You're probably going to be a lot happier with the new one, by the way. Okay, I'm just going to go for it. Say, fuck it, I'm screwing on this plate. I don't know. Because otherwise I need bigger screws to be able to put on a bigger plate. And I ain't doing all that right now. So fuck that noise. We're going to try this one the way it is. And hopefully it clips in and works. If it doesn't clip in, then I have to take it and get some bigger fan screws, because then these are too small. So then I'm not going to finish doing the rest of these tonight, because then they're not going to work. And then my thing's going to just be extra loud if this, all in there. If it doesn't have one, it doesn't get loud. But if it's missing two, it gets super loud. Like, it's really loud right now because I pulled the second one. But if I put it back in, it'll get kind of quiet. But it doesn't ever get real quiet. It just still kind of goes and sucks.
But you can't even drag the windows for all your settings and stuff out of the game.
Oh my god. Complaining about a fucking game that you got part of Game Pass. So
I know. It should be good. Bro. It should be good,
It's also like an old game now. It's like, 4 years old.
Where are the lights in this shit?
So there we go. So there's my
only 4 years.
So there's the original. There's the Noctua replacement with a low noise filter on the line. Pretty fucking cool. Noctua, baby. Now, does it work? So, like I stated before, it's too short on the backside here for these clips.
Yeah.
It may still work. We're going to test it right now. Give me 30 seconds and I will give you a yay or a nay. Be right back.
I cannot see anything. Hold up. Where is the parking brake? I cannot see anything. It's hard to fly a plane in the dark. Holy. Parking brake, where are you? Shit, there's not even a light. Really? Don't tell me it depends on the time of day. What brightness it is outside. I think it depends on the time of day, doesn't it? Hmm. It'd be nice if it showed me how to use a keyboard to play. Yeah, just the little things. Hmm.
fans work. Okay, don't switch. All right. Well, good news. Good news is it worked, so that's cool. Let's see, where's devices, video. Yo. Okay, perfect. Yep, that worked. Good freaking deal. Where is? Well, good news is it worked. So one fan down. To the washers. Luckily, it fits in just the right way already, without needing any washers. So washers can go back inside their little container. The end of that. All right, perfect. 1, 2, 3, 4 screws that I had. That container up over here when I'm done. All right, perfect. Let's move on to the next one. So we're gonna do this again. And again. But yeah, that's basically what we're doing. I'm gonna end it here. I don't think you guys want to sit and watch me solder another 4 more fans. I think we kind of get the idea of the project. And basically it's taking, again, as a recap, taking this and converting it to a Noctua fan. That looks like that. And yeah, that's the whole gist of the project. And I did confirm that they are working as intended. One adapter, that's pretty much it all here. All of this in here. All right, we're all set. Have a good night, guys.
That's all, folks.